So, and other people do, right? Or they have brands in their bodies, or like when you think of putting on certain clothing, right? Like name brands, right? When you put that on, you're representing that. You're showing love, I guess, to that company or whatever that is, right? So, it's important with the commandments. Like coveting is like the stamp. It's like the mark of the fullness of the 10, because in order for you to go against Yahweh, right? In order for you to make graven images, all this starts in the mind, and then the other nine are just destroyed from there, right? So now, the positive, right? So I I was looking here and I saw the positive side to it, right? So we have, and it says to separate or to divide, right? In water for the doorway, for the pathway, right? Or to enter, right? So think of immersion, right? When we go into the water and we come up a new creature, we are separating ourselves, right, in the waters in order to enter. So, right, in order to, it's a joke, but right, so moving on. All right, so Enoch. Does anyone out there have Enoch? No. Enoch 90.
So this is the book of Enoch, chapter 94, verses 3 through 5. And it will read, Now, too, let me exhort you, righteous, not to walk in the paths of evil and oppression, nor in the paths of death. Approach them not, that you may not perish, but covet, and choose for yourself righteousness and a good life. Walk in the paths of peace, that you may live and be found worthy. Retain my words in your innermost thoughts, and obliterate them not from your hearts. For I know that the sinners counsel men to commit crimes craftily. They are not found in every place, nor does every counsel possess a little of them.
All right. So as we saw right here, right? He says, "Now too let me exhort you, righteous, not to walk in the paths of evil and oppression, nor in the paths of death." So he's giving us an example of what we just read with the rich man's parable, right? At the beginning of verse 3. He's giving us an example of that path which coveting leads down to, right? When you spoil the possessions of your neighbor, right? So, and it says, approach them not, that you may not perish, but covet, right? And choose for yourselves righteousness and the good life. And now he's giving us an example of the opposite end of what coveting can do, the things we should be coveting, right? And choose for yourself righteousness and a good life, right? Which righteousness is the law, right? The keeping of the commandments. So I just wanted to show that example of how coveting can split into two paths, right? So whereas the rest are it only it only goes south with doing those, there's no up sign to it, right? All right, so I want to get into. I'm actually done with this. You guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I had some other words, but I ain't there yet.
Dave and Lisa are having a hard time because the camera's too far away. Kawada.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. I was trying to do.
We're gonna have the thing. So, so I'm gonna actually just both the readers. We'll just do it that way.
Well, we have Dave